Welcome back, boys. We got the week 6 recap coming your way. I know everyone's been waiting a long time during our brief hiatus of episodes, so we're not going to keep you guys waiting. Without any further ado, we're going to jump right into the action. Unfortunately, we're starting off with this heartbreaker as Cleveland Steamers came into town and took it to us with a 164 to 144 win. This one was a shootout the whole day. Early in the 1 o'clock slate, it was looking like we were both going to the 160s. My team would fall off and Nick's would not, hence him getting the victory. And you see going through his lineup here, really just solid performances throughout, not a single player in the single digits. Texans defense had a big day, getting 28 points of their own against New England. Really, both defenses in this game. We also got 28 points on defense, and both of us, Buccaneers gave up 27, and Houston gave up 21. Houston didn't even have a defensive touchdown either. So defense is still finding ways to get big days despite giving up a lot of points. Other big performers for Cleveland Steamers, Deebo Samuel had 21 points. Irving right around 20. Jalen Jones filling in for Patrick Mahomes on his bye week had 16. That would be enough to carry him. And yeah, they were able to get the job done. They improved to first place at 5-1. See if they're able to keep this thing going. Record wise, at least, they would be the favorite to win it all this year. We'll see if they're able to make that happen. On the flip side here, we're hoping that is not the case as we're still trying to defend our title for the season. We now fall to 2-4. It's definitely an uphill climb from here on out. Dak was just really not good enough this week. 2.6 points against the Lions. They got absolutely shellacked. Just not good at all, head to toe. Running backs had pretty solid days. Chris Godwin deserves a shout out. He had 33.5 and a thumping over the Saints. Buccaneers able to bring the Saints back down to earth a little bit this last weekend. And then Diggs also had a really good day. And like I said, our defense all had a good day, but not quite good enough against this monster matchup. We've lost a couple heartbreakers in the weeks now. We got to find ways to turn those one possession games into wins heading forward. Moving on to our second game of the week. This one was a little bit of a stinker, but still had some entertainment value nonetheless. PC Principal looks to right the ship, getting back to 2-4 with a 116-99 win over Wallace Pluto 84. Brees Hall was the star of the show in this one. 25 points for him without a touchdown. Just a whole bunch of yards for him on the day. And DJ Johnson also with 18 of his own. Bears defense, not a bad day. Not a ton of huge performances, but it would be enough for them to get the job done. See if this is the start of some momentum for this team and they're able to right the ship on their season. Wallace Pluto, on the other hand, falls to 4-2. No longer in first place in the whole league, but they do still have the most points of anyone at this point in the season. So we'll see if they're able to look more like that in the weeks forward or if this is a sign of things to come. Joe Burrow had a good day at 25. Even although he did not do as well as Goff would have done for this team. Just a few too many single digits. Kicker is whatever, but Calvin Ridley, he would get hurt. Only 0.9 points though in this game. Just not quite good enough. And yeah, they fall 4-2. We'll see if they're able to get back on track next week. Moving on to our third game of the week, we have Sticky Mistakes with a 142-114 takedown. FaZe Cav is now both teams sit at 3-3. Big day out of Jalen Hurts getting 28 points in a win over Cleveland. David Montgomery in that slashing of Dallas also able to add 22 of his own. Same with JMO adding 20. Not a ton of other big performances. Beyond that, Najee was able to get over 20 this week. And then with the major lead and a injury to James Cook, they would end up just not even needing a running back this week, and they would still do enough to get the job done. FaZe Kevin, on the other hand, small step back. James Daniels did have himself a good week, nearly 27 points on his own. As you see going through the lineup here, just a few too many single digits. Goddard would leave early with an injury, hamstring injury, and only one target for him. Steelers defense also had themselves a really good game. So between Jaden Daniels and the Steelers defense, maybe looking to build on some momentum there. Maybe they trade Daniels in exchange for, because they do have Josh Allen. I don't know why he didn't get the start this week. Does happen occasionally in FaZe Kev, but they would fall this week nonetheless. We'll see. Both these teams right on the edge of the playoffs right now. We'll see if one of them is able to step up and grab it. All right, our fourth matchup of the week. Where do I want to go? The laptop version is not quite easy to navigate. Fourth matchup of the week. We got Pams with a 145 to 136 takedown of the Philly Cheekles. Pams improved to 3-3. Big performance out of the top of the lineup here. Lamar getting 25 of his own in that win against the Commanders. And then the running back room, DeAndre Swift and Derrick Henry combining for 50 of their own. That would be enough to propel this team to victory this week. A little bit of down spot in the receiver positions. Tony Pollard out of the flex also had a pretty good day. Ingram with a solid day, and then especially Brandon Aubrey keeping the foot on fire. Be enough to get this team done. They find themselves back at 500. Philly Cheekles would fall this week. Good day out of Brock Purdy, 28 points. And Tracy, fourth round rookie for the Philly Cheekles this year, finds himself getting the start. He was able to put up 23 of his own. Garrett Wilson also had a good day with 24. The rest of the team, just not quite good enough, although 136 still very much a respectable score. Will get you wins in a lot of weeks, but this week would not be one of them. Philly Cheekles was also tied for first last week. They would fall this week now at 4-2, but they still sit in a playoff spot. We'll see if they're able to keep things up going forward. And then final matchup of this last week, we have Francy Feast with a 157 to 120 beatdown of the Glizz Mafia. Both teams now sit at 2-4. Big win by Francy Feast to save the season. Didn't want to fall to 1-5 early. Would have made it really, really difficult to make the playoffs. Now you have to think they still have a chance. Jordan Love has been the star that many picked him to be going into this year. He was able to get 30 points as Packers offense put up 34 total in a win over Arizona. Bijan Robinson got 25 points. Travis Etienne would leave the game with -1 yards over in London, but the rest of this team was able to string enough strong performances for them to get the job done still this week. George Kittle had a good day with 21. Joe Mixon with 30 of his own in a beatdown of the Texans over the Patriots. Specialists with some pretty good days too, and they keep their season afloat at 2-4. Like you said, Glizz Mafia, on the other hand, they followed 2-4 with only 120 points. Just a few not good enough performances from the top and bottom of the lineup here. Receiver room did look pretty good. C-Lamb with 15, and then A.J. Brown and Zay Flowers with 23 and 24. However, add it all up, 120. Probably need a little bit more than that week in, week out. Would not get the job done, but their season still very much alive. But they got to find wins quick. There's quite a list of teams like that right now, so it's definitely going to be competitive as we head into the middle of the season. And with that, we'll take a look ahead at the Week 7 schedule so we know what we have to look forward to this upcoming week and the standings. First off, Texas size 10-4 is yours truly taking on Francy Feast, both sitting at 2-4. Like I said, 2-4 teams really fighting to keep their season alive. So this would be a big win for both of us. More so, it would be a huge loss for either of us. So we're going to be definitely fighting to make sure that doesn't happen. Got to be over at Texas size 10-4 is this week going to be live remembering who the fuck we are if we want to defend this title come this December. Second matchup, FaZe Kev sitting at 3-3, taking on Wallace Pluto at 4-2. Would be a big win to gain some playoff position in the early middle-ish part of the season here. And then Cleveland Steamers sitting at 5-1, taking on Sticky Mistakes at 3-3. Sticky Mistakes looking to get back in the playoff picture. Cleveland Steamers looking to stay in first place outright. And then Glizz Mafia, also 2-14, needing to get their season back on the right track. They're taking on the Philly Cheekles at 4-2. They're looking to hold on to their playoff position. So big games for both those teams. And then Pams currently sitting at 500, looking to get on the right side of that, taking on PC Principal. They had a win to save their season this week. We'll see if they're able to add another. Really big week for everyone. A lot of playoff and toilet bowl and mediocrity bowl implications on the line, even though we're still in the middle part of the season. So we'll see who's able to get wins this upcoming week. Let's take a look at the standings also, because it is a tight race right now in the Michigan division. We got Wallace Pluto in first place at 4-2. Pams currently hold the playoff tiebreaker over Sticky Mistakes and FaZe Kev at 3-3, but it is still a close race. Sticky Mistakes also 3-3 in the mediocrity role currently. And then Texas Size 10-4s and Glizz Mafia both sit at 2-4, both currently in the toilet bowl picture, although still only 2 games out, or really 1 game out of the playoffs. So anything could still happen. Over in the American division, Cleveland Steamers in first at 5-1, also first place in the whole league outright. Philly Cheekles still sitting in a wild card spot at 4-2 for the moment. And then FaZe Kev currently sitting in the mediocrity bowl at 3-3. Francy and PC Principal both at 2-4, currently sitting in the toilet bowl. And that will do it for us this week. Sorry for the long hiatus, or the short hiatus, I guess, however you want to look for it, about 4 weeks. Hopefully this episode was good enough to make up for all that. And thank you all for tuning in. We should be back for week 7 recap next week. So hope you're all able to tune into that one as well. And best of luck to everyone this upcoming week. May the fantasy gods be on your side. Peace out.